Hey everyone, Matt Peiken here. If you've made Wake Up part of your daily local news diet, I would love it if you took just a moment to give it 5 stars on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify and write a glowing sentence or two if you have it in you. It makes a real difference in picking up new listeners. Thanks so much for the boost. All right, on with the news. Wake up, Raleigh. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks so much for wrapping up your week with me. Here's your local newscast for Friday, March 27th, my final newscast, at least for now, as I put the show on the shelf. New census estimates show the Raleigh-Cary metro is still one of the fastest growing areas in the country, but its pace is slowing. The region added nearly 36,800 people between 2024 and last year, bringing the population to almost 1.6 million. That's a 2.4% increase, ranking 10th nationally. Growth has cooled from the previous year, largely due to a drop in international migration, even as domestic migration rose. Durham, Chapel Hill, and Charlotte also grew, and Wilmington ranked 7th nationwide. Nationally, most metros saw slower growth. You can read more in the Triangle Business Journal. The Wake County Public School System is weighing $18 million in special education cuts next year, including eliminating about 130 teaching positions. That's roughly 9% of its special education staff. District leaders say federal carryover funds have run out, costs are rising, and state and federal funding remains uncertain. The school board, facing public backlash, has pushed back hard. Chair Tyler Swanson said, quote, "I am not in favor of balancing budgets on the backs of our most vulnerable students." The district says most affected teachers could be reassigned and students will still receive required services. Read more at IndieWeek. As North Carolina lawmakers consider a constitutional amendment to limit property tax increases, some housing advocates say there's a simpler fix. Hudson Vaughn with the North Carolina Housing Coalition says the state should expand existing relief programs for seniors and disabled homeowners instead. He says the homestead exemption and circuit breaker program are too limited and underused, especially in high-cost counties. Only 26 counties have homeowners using the circuit breaker. Supporters of a levy limit, including House Speaker Destin Hall, call it real reform. The proposed amendment would need a 60% legislative vote to reach the ballot. Read more at NC Newsline. When war reached Damascus in 2012, Maryam Elias and her husband Bahij Dadal decided they couldn't risk their children's safety just to attend school. After a deadly highway bombing and growing violence near their home, the family left Syria and settled in Raleigh. They were later granted asylum and became U.S. citizens in 2018. Starting over meant community college, new degrees, and new careers. Today, Maryam holds a Ph.D. from North Carolina State, Bahij works in tech, and their children are thriving in local schools and universities. You can read their story at the Assembly NC. And North Carolina opera is bucking national trends as many companies continue recovering from the pandemic. While opera houses across the country are filling only half to 3/4 of their seats, NC Opera's recent production of Madame Butterfly sold out, becoming the best-selling show in the company's 16-year history. Its subscriber base has doubled from the season just before the pandemic. General Director Eric Mitchko credits a focus on familiar classics and audience preferences. The company also hosts themed events to attract newcomers and build community ties. Read more at IndieWeek. Thanks for tuning into this final newscast as I put Wake Up on the shelf, at least for now, as I turn my attention to another project. But if you're following my show, keep following it, and you'll get a notice if and when I put Wake Up back into circulation. It's been a privilege serving this city, and I hope to do so again down the road.